Okay.
Yeah, and in fact, as I recall, the Catholic Church has, I think they came on record a few years ago saying they accepted evolution.
Under Pope John Paul, they did.
Yeah,
under Ratzinger, I think.
They backed off of that.
Bit. But the Catholics, I think, are much better about teaching the science than some particular strains of Protestant.
Yeah, and the interesting thing about that is that the Catholics or anyone in a parochial school isn't covered by, for example, in Texas, we've got this huge problem with the State Board of Education and what they're doing to science education here. We've got groups that are trying to prevent them from gutting science education. But the interesting thing is the parochial schools are not bound by whatever the State Board of Education comes out with in terms of textbooks. So they are actually free to choose really good textbooks, and in some cases I think they do. Now, I don't think that I could stomach the rest of the message there, but I've known some people who've gone to Catholic high schools and even Catholic universities who got an excellent education, including an excellent science education as a result of it. So it's
Catholic schools in general have kind of a good reputation for education, although I don't know if some of that is cherry-picked or what. But, I mean, I will... Actually, I'll confess not enough knowledge in this case. So I'm going to say I've heard that they have a good reputation for education.
All right, well, that's really all I wanted to say.
All right, well...
Thanks for the call.
Yep.
Okay, thanks, guys. Enjoy the show.
All right,
okay.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. And just a reminder, the show, we have... 7 minutes
About 7
left?
minutes
although
left,
in practical sense, like 5 minutes of actual airtime. So after this show is over, everybody should head down to Threadgill's in South Austin and hang out with us, because I, for one, am hungry.
Yeah.
So we got another call getting queued up, but in the meantime, let's see what else we got here. We have a Jewish school. Let's see, Jewish school JFS in Supreme Court to deny it broke law by turning boy away. Sorry, that wasn't a very clear headline. A leading Jewish state school goes to this new Supreme Court today to challenge a ruling that it broke race laws. JFS, formerly... Oh, this is in England, by the way. Formerly the Jewish Free School, which is heavily oversubscribed, refused to admit a boy because his mother had converted to the religion at a progressive rather than an Orthodox synagogue. This summer, the Court of Appeals found that the school in Brent, northwest London, had discriminated against the child on racial grounds. The ruling put the court at loggerheads with the Office of the Chief Rabbi, OCR. Is that like an official British thing? Do they have an Office of the Chief Rabbi? Or is this just like a British branch of Jewishness? Boy, I'm really ignorant about this story. I wish I hadn't started reading it. And had serious ramifications for admission to Jewish schools. It also meant faith schools could no longer turn away children who failed the test of ethnicity. Now the school will attempt to reinstate its admissions policy in the Supreme Court at a hearing that is due to last 3 days. Both the school and the parents of the boy, known only as M, are thought to have appointed leading barristers. Okay, now it gets into legalistic stuff.
No.
Okay, so he was denied access to this Jewish school because it's a Jewish school and he's not properly Jewish by their standards.
And how does one determine proper Jewishness?
Well, I mean, it's a religion, so it's pretty much by fiat.
Yeah.
But there is a rule that I think I read in a different story about this had been an issue, which was that you can only be Jewish if your mother is
Yeah,
Jewish.
I was going to say, was his
Or,
mother...
I mean, unless you're converted.
Right.
But I think it was like the father who converted or something like that.
Ah, okay.
So, I don't know. I mean, it's really arbitrary, and I say this as a very, very Reformed Jew. Some of the rules they come up with, and it's questionable having a school that is only open to people of a certain faith. Although, I mean, it's not clear to me how public or private this school is supposed to be, and also I have no idea about the church and state laws in Britain.
Yeah, I think they have an official church there, the Church of England, but I don't think they care if you're something else.
It reminds me of a story my father told me, a true story about some people he knew who the father converted to Judaism, and the son wanted to marry a Jewish woman. But the father refused to attend the wedding. He was offended by it because he felt the son was not really Jewish because his mother wasn't.
Ah.
But the story had a happy ending because it turned out that by some similar loophole, the girl wasn't Jewish either, so the father could attend. All right, so we're almost out of time. You know what? I'm going to roll the dice on this last call. You've got about a minute. Are you there?
Yes.
Say something quickly.
Hi, my name's Cole.
Hi.
Good evening, guys. Just a real quick question. You guys pray to God?
Well, I used to be a Christian, so yeah, I have.
I have done experimental prayer to see what happened, and it did not work.
The reason I ask is that I've been a Christian for 10 years, and I've prayed, and I'm just asking yourselves, or callers, viewers, if they pray, give it, 2 months, and it's all about relationship with God.
Okay, so then if they pray and then nothing happens as a result of their prayer, would that be like a point against the existence of God? Would that be evidence that he does not exist?
No, he doesn't.
That's what I thought.
But he will show up.
Okay.
I think so.
He is an active God. He does live.
Got it. Well, I would
you...
actually like to continue this conversation, and you're welcome to call back next week and remind us of this call. But we are totally out of time, so...
Or you can also email us and tell us why you think God listens.
All right. Thanks for calling, Cole, and thanks, everybody. I see the credits going up, so I don't know if they can still hear me. But goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.